DHH program at David Lubin is a special program that most schools don't have.
This program is special because it gives deaf students their own classroom to learn both sign and the California standards.
It also teaches non-DHH kids how to interact with deaf people.
Also, it creates a new community of learners.
Next we have Juliana and Beatrix interviewing Miss Leiden, a teacher at David Lubin that teaches DHH students and non-DHH students.
This is Miss Leiden, a teacher here at David Lubin who has DHH kids and non-DHH kids in her class.
How do you help non-DHH kids relate to DHH kids?
Well, I look at it as we all have something to learn from each other. The DHH kids come with a language that we don't speak, and we speak a language they don't speak, so we teach each other. So kids that can hear can help teach vocabulary to kids that can't hear. The kids that can't hear can help us learn the signs. And there's scientific evidence that kids that hear, when you put a sign to it or a physical motion to it, they remember those words better. So that really works well in science, because in science, when we're all learning new words like translucent or transparent, we're learning the scientific word, but we're also learning the sign. So we're all learning.
How do you like teaching children that are not deaf about the DHH?
Well, like I said before, kids are all learning together, and our kids that are DHH are learning sign language, and they have something to teach us. So we look at it as an opportunity of like, what can we learn from the DHH kids? What special powers do they have? They know sign language. We can learn sign language from them, and we can teach them how we use language in our classroom.
Next up we have TJ interviewing Maya, a student in the Deaf and Hard of Hearing program at David Lubin Elementary. This is Maya in Miss Williams' class at David Lubin, and she is in the Deaf and Hard of Hearing program. How do you feel in the DHH program?
I feel connected to it, and it's really fun. And we learn a lot. And I feel pretty happy all the time. And that's it.
Do you like learning sign language and the California standards at the same time?
Yeah.
Next up is TJ, who is interviewing Miss Miller, a teacher in the DHH program at David Lubin.
How do you feel about the Deaf and Hard of Hearing program here at David Lubin? I'm very fortunate because I work with two incredible teachers for the deaf. We really collaborate well, and I think it's really nice to have for all the students. Also, our program is a really positive environment. Those students feel safe and they can take risks at learning. What makes this a special program? Well, our teachers really care about the students. They are their priority. That's their number one. Also, not just the deaf and hard of hearing teachers care, but the general education teachers also care about the program. How has education changed since you were a kid? When I was a kid, it was really different. There was more emphasis on speech and talking and developing your speech skills, and I feel like I missed out on the education part. But nowadays, people are more open-minded with designing and allowing children to learn sign language. So they can access the education part, access the curriculum.
Next, we have Silas interviewing our school principal, Mr. Dixon.
This is the principal at David Lubin Elementary School. Why is the DHH program at David Lubin special?
There are many reasons, Silas, why the program is special. First of all, the Deaf and Hard of Hearing program here at David Lubin is a regional program. That means there are many surrounding school districts that don't have a Deaf and Hard of Hearing program, so that we have students come to our program from all over the region, from Davis, from Natomas, from Elk Grove, to our program, so that they can receive deaf and hard of hearing education to support them to realize and reach their potential. So it's a very special thing. Not every school has a program. Even not every district has a program like ours.
What is your favorite thing about the DHH program?
So many things. I love that our teachers connect kids who are in the DHH program with kids who are in the general education program. For example, Ms. Williams works with our fourth grade teacher, Mr. Brewer, so that Ms. Williams' 4th, 5th, and 6th grade deaf and hard of hearing students learn science with Mr. Brewer's 4th graders. And they teach the class together, Mr. Brewer and Ms. Williams, and they teach American Sign Language signs for the concepts that they're learning. For example, this is the sign for waves. So if we're learning about sound waves, we're learning the sign language for that concept as well, so that there are many opportunities for the kids to talk about the science using sign language. And obviously, the deaf and hard of hearing students are experts in sign language, so they have a chance to be the teacher, and general education students have a chance to be the learner. And then there are times when they're learning together. And talking Miss Williams was recognized just yesterday as the Cal-Ed, that's the California Association for Educators of the Deaf. She has been recognized as the Cal-Ed 2019 State of California Teacher of the Year. So we have very special people in our program.
The Deaf and Hard of Hearing program helps students learn in a secure and safe environment.
We feel that this is a program that more schools should have. We hope you enjoyed hearing about the Deaf and Hard of Hearing program at David Lubin.
This is a home of the miners, pride of the city where tradition never graduates. Welcome to Sutter Middle School. Before we begin, Sutter Middle School is one of the best schools in Sacramento. With its diverse history, many extracurricular activities, and an amazing school spirit, the school is definitely the place you would want to visit and maybe attend. In 1840, a cemetery was established as the burial plot of Sutter's Fort. Due to many unlucky circumstances, the cemetery did not officially operate until 1912. In the mid-1950s, the remains of 5,325 people were transferred to other cemeteries in anticipation of the construction of Sutter Middle School. Sutter offers 18 electives such as media production, photography, and woodshop. The media production team produces a weekly news broadcast for the Sutter community. They learn many useful filming and editing tricks as well as time management and cooperation. The 2 photography classes learn the history of photography and modern photographic skills. The Woodshop elective builds construction skills and teaches students how to work with many types of wood.
I think they're really important. I think that it's that chance for the student to find out what they're good at and to find a passion, whether it's art or music. I think even I have TAs who love the chance to be able to organize and be a teacher by correcting or helping out. So I think it's a really important thing for students to have an elective.
Sutter Middle School is very spirited. They have more than 10 spirit days, 7 dances, and 2 rallies per year, as well as many other fundraising events such as Air Rock, Oktoberfest, and Jogathon, an event where students run to donate money for new improvements around the campus. Spirit days include Green and Gold Day, where 8th graders wear green and 7th graders wear yellow, and wearing purple on the Anti-Bullying Day to spread awareness against bullying. As a student from Sutter Middle School, the students as well as the teachers are very welcoming.
Part about Sutter has to be the people. The kids and the teachers are all extremely nice and supportive, and just the whole learning environment is really good, and I'd say it's above many other schools that I've toured and that I've heard about. So that's what's really great about Sutter.
From what I have experienced, my friends have always been supportive in my actions, and the teachers have guided me into being a better person.
I think that we try to do a lot of things beyond just the basic academics here, and so all of our teachers are constantly, reminding kids and working with kids about kind of the social emotional aspects that we need to be mindful of, and being a good human and kind of building good character and work ethic.
If you're thinking about going here for your middle school, I suggest you do. The school is filled with personality and enthusiasm, and if you want to learn more about Sutter Middle School, visit sutter.seusd.edu for more information. My name is Jennifer Vu, and this is what's going on around my campus.
Social media connects us all. It's our passage to the world. Did you know, on average, people spend 6 to 9 hours a day looking at a small screen? This device lets us connect to family, friends, and people all around the world. You can share anything on it. What people think is a small joke can mean something different to others. Social media is exposing people to the negative side of technology, using it as a tool to harass victims, while many of us either participate or just stand by and watch it happen with little to no repercussions. People are victims of cyberbullying every day, and our youth are suffering on a daily basis. 37% of teens that use social media have had an increase in anxiety and depression. 48% that get cyberbullied online don't consult a counselor or guardian for help. 43% have had an increase in ADHD. Suicide has increased by 200% since social media has come out. The problem isn't social media, it's the user. Organizations such as #ICanHelp have helped decrease these statistics by showing our youth digital citizenship. So far, they have been to over 1,000 schools in our nation, empowering teens to delete negativity on social media and replace it with positivity. They have partnered with all major social media companies such as Twitter, Facebook, Google, Instagram, and Snapchat. This is the story about our digital first responders. #ICanHelp. Every year, the I Can Help nonprofit gathers at a sponsor's headquarters to discuss the future of the organization. This year, they met at the Twitter headquarters in San Francisco.
I'm the co-founder, executive director of #ICanHelp.
Hi, I'm Kim Carr, and I'm a co-founder of #ICanHelp.
So I Can Help is a nonprofit designed around empowering students and educators to use technology positively and really give them a platform to kind of share their story and to connect and uplift students both online and offline.
So I had a student at my school who, there was a fake Facebook account on one of the teachers, and it went on for a couple weeks and no one said anything until finally one student came to me with what was going on.
A year later, someone made a fake Instagram page about the same teacher. This time the page had 0 followers. We had over 30 students go online, comment in support of the teacher, and the page was down in less than 45 minutes. From that initial incident, we found that working directly with students, when bad things happen online, students are more than capable of not only commenting, but reporting and taking positive action to keep other people safe online as well.
My name is Adam Cohen, and I started Smile Cards when I was a sophomore in high school. Basically cards that just say, hey, I love your smile. Mostly just a kind message that say pass it on at the end. #ICanHelp did everything for me. So when I first created them and I brought them to the first leadership event, I met Kim and I'm like, Kim, look what I have. I want you guys to bring this and do it. And she's like, no, I want you to do this. I had my friends and family doing it too, but having someone like Kim or ICanHelp and Matt doing it for me and with me was just really great to have them go alongside with me. And then also connecting me with some amazing people like Facebook or Twitter or whoever else is here at this day today and also I've met throughout the years.
Hi, my name is Jennifer McDonald and I work for Twitter. I'm on the public policy team at Twitter. We've partnered with ICanHelp for the past 2 years, I believe, and we're excited to continue. ICanHelp we originally worked with because they're a local organization, and I think that they're doing amazing work on the forefront of digital citizenship, which is very important to us as a company, and to get behind the youth movement of bringing these lessons to the people who are digitally native and at the front lines of all of these issues that we care deeply about.
#ICanHelp will continue their message of deleting negativity on social media and empowering the younger generations to take a stand against cyberbullying. It's not just their mission to delete negativity, it's yours too. Get involved. Will you help?
I can help.
I can help. I can help.
I can help.
I can help.
I can help.
I can help.
I can help.
I can help.
I can help.
Pacific Garbage Patch, or Garbage Island, is the largest accumulation of ocean plastic in the world. It is located between Hawaii and California. A total of 1.8 trillion plastic pieces are estimated to be floating in the patch. Studies have shown that about 700 species have encountered marine debris, and 92% of these interactions are with plastic.
That's really cool.
Now we'll test to see if people prefer bottled water over tap water. Here's Jenny and Chloe. You guys can go ahead and try. Yes, the second one. So which do you prefer? I like B. B. So it turns out that B is tap water, and tap water is much better for the environment because it doesn't use plastic. Plastic bottles are horrible for the environment. It can take at least 450 years for a bottle to completely decompose. This is why you should use reusable water bottles to help save the environment.
Toby! Pick that up and recycle it. Why? Because it can take 80 to 200 years to decompose on its own. That's how long the British were under control of the 13 colonies.
Oh my goodness! I never could have known. I'll make sure to recycle next time. Always recycle.
I'm here with Ms. Costanzo. So, why do you feel that recycling is so important?
I feel like we need to find some options right now for the amount of garbage that we have. Possibly recycling is really important if you're doing it correctly. Also thinking about reducing. Definitely recycling paper and all the food via composting.
What are some tips you have for some middle school kids when recycling?
When you're recycling, you really think about what it is that you're recycling to make sure that it is actually recyclable. I think a lot of things get placed in recycling and they're not recyclable. And thinking about if you are going to recycle plastics, that there's consequences to recycling plastics. A lot of those microplastics get into our system. A lot of things get into the environment when the plastic is recycled. So thinking about what you're using altogether, and definitely recycling a lot of the paper products and things of that sort, and composting.
We hope you found something new about Garbage Island and the importance of it. Also the importance of recycling and keeping our ocean clean. Thanks for watching!
We all know high school can be really fun, but it can also be very stressful, especially during finals week. Well, no need to stress, because I'm going to tell you how to study correctly for finals week so you can have the best chances at passing. Just get started. Don't wait until you feel like studying. If you always start ahead of schedule, you will never be cramming the night before an exam. You'll almost always perform better in doing so. Study in a distraction-reduced environment. Turn off your cell phone. Although social media can be an excellent source for staying in touch with friends, they can also be a huge distraction that wastes valuable time in your day. If you're busy checking your Snapchat, Twitter, or Instagram account, you will not be giving your undivided attention to the study materials before you and will not retain the information. Therefore, make sure that you lock your phone away in a safe place where you will not be tempted to check it, and refrain from checking it until you have finished your study sessions. Develop summary sheets for each class. If you are studying for exams using multiple sources of information in a disorganized and scatterbrained fashion, you are wasting valuable time. Take everything you need to learn from your textbooks, handouts, class notes, review sheets, and so on, and compile it into a single, easy-to-study resource. You must make sure that you go through all the material you need to learn and make proper summary notes of it. Form a study group. Study groups provide an excellent means for students to compare class notes. Joining or forming a study group is a great way to give and receive motivation and support from fellow students and group members. Working in groups makes it possible to focus on more concepts since multiple people can review more material than just one. Read it, write it, say it. Go through your notes and pull out the key points by reading them, rewriting them, then saying them out loud. The act of writing information down consolidates it in your memory in a way that you can't achieve by only reading. This method really helps some students commit facts to memory. Link new information to things you already know. Forming these associations will help you retrieve information later. This is a powerful trick. It is really useful for vocab memorization. For example, you learned bracelet in Spanish as la pulsera. Draw a connection between them. A bracelet goes around your wrist, where you also check your pulse. Review your notes daily. In order to have a better chance of memorizing your notes, you will have to review them every day. Predict possible questions. Draft potential exam questions and quiz yourself so that you can set expectations of what you need to focus on. Quiz yourself. Cover up your notes and try to explain them. Stay well rested and make sure you eat. Despite popular belief, huddling over a book at all hours of the day and night will not guarantee that you achieve straight A's during finals week. Rather than pulling all-nighters, get plenty of sleep throughout final exams week to aid in memorizing the information you studied earlier. In order to maximize your studying potential, you need to make sure that your body is receiving the nutrients it needs to perform well. Feed your brain with well-balanced meals to avoid feeling sluggish. Furthermore, schedule in plenty of time to exercise because working out will release endorphins through your body that can boost self-confidence and combat anxiety. Now, what are you waiting for? Go study!